There is not a natural, like, there's no Konami code to dating or picking people up. Anyone who sells you on that is lying to you for profit. There's no like trick that you're going to do to unlock the magic of the wet or something like that. You cannot go up to a woman and just be like up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh, whoa, what? Yeah, I want to date you. There are people who are going to be interested in you, and there are people who are not going to be interested in you. And I'm sorry, but you have to respect the fact that certain people are not going to be interested in you. And this idea that this zero sum, like, I have to be able to, like, smack any woman I see, any woman I approach is just, like, powerless against my incredible skills. Look at my magic. I can do magic. Have you seen magic before? Here's a magic trick. I'm peacocking, baby. Now I'm going to nag you, because if I nag you, I make you feel like shit. And then you feel like shit, it's going to lower your value, and then heighten my value, and then we're going to be able to go out. I've unlocked the code. These are the secret cheat codes. No. If you're unfamiliar with SNEAKO, he is a, let's just say, very popular YouTuber, and has become a very famous figure in the red pill / manosphere movement, usually centered around hating women, general misogyny. And I usually add a caveat that I think it's a little misinterest as well, because at the end of the day, if you are teaching men or your fans to hate women, then you're going to make them into shitty men, and in turn, the shitty men are going to have more trouble having fulfilling lives. So it also is negative towards men too, to turn men into women haters. He had a bit of a back and forth with Noah Samson, and of course Destiny joined in, because Destiny loves overlapping with all these groups now, because he's definitely de-radicalizing and deprogramming all of them, not trying to build his audience and amass an audience of people who can then target and go after others. So yeah, that's basically the whole little summary of the events.
Hey, this is not going to be a normal video. Today I want to briefly talk about the content creator SNEAKO and ask YouTube to ban him from the platform. I'm going to keep this video really short because I just want to say my piece and give SNEAKO and his fans as little ammunition to fire back as possible, because we know that every time someone utters his name on YouTube, he feels the need to make 5 videos crying about women and society or whatever. And before we begin, I do want to say that most of the time I don't believe that deplatforming someone is the proper way to deal with a controversy. A lot of times creators that I disagree with on a personal level are mostly harmless, and I don't believe that disagreeing with someone's personal values are ground for removal from YouTube or Twitch or any other social media platform. In general, policing content can be dangerous, but as you're about to see, SNEAKO has grossly violated YouTube's terms of service and qualifies for removal from the website. Now, I'm not going to go into too much depth here, but if you don't already know who SNEAKO is, he is a gaming and commentary content creator who continues to spread extremely harmful messages to a rapidly growing audience, usually violently ranting about women, politics, or men wearing makeup. He's sort of like the new Andrew Tate now that he's not on the platform anymore. He was recently banned off Twitter and now has 2 channel strikes on YouTube, but I'm not exactly sure what the reason for that is. Now, a little over a month ago, SNEAKO went on his live stream to talk about one of my friends, Chad, who gave me permission to make this video, but had no part in the creation of it, and it wasn't her idea or suggestion for me to make this. He reacted to a video she made about a TikTok dating coach, and I'm just going to play the video here so nothing can be left out of context, but I am going to issue a huge content warning for sexual assault, so if that's something that you're uncomfortable with in any way, I would leave the video now.
You know what's so funny about the internet? It hides the fact, and like this feminist garbage hides the fact that she's attracted to that guy making the videos. It is what it is. Girls, you could vouch for it. You know it's true. She would. She would. And you know this is true, what's so predictable? You could tell by the way she's talking that she hasn't been properly in a long time. It's been a while. So she's on the internet making this garbage video, promoting all this feminist garbage to your fucking lonely girls in the comment section. What you really need, Chad, is some yeah, shut up with your feminism. Yeah, come here, that's what you need. And she's gonna go, that's what you need. You need some sense back into you. And you know what they're gonna do right after I did that? They're gonna clip that part and say I'm an incel problematic, but you know it's true. You can hear it in her voice. She hasn't been properly in too long, and now you make no sense. That's what happens, man. That's what happens, yo. Someone vouch for me. You know it's true.
Now, I don't think I have to explain why this is disgusting. SNEAKO is harassing.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. Yeah, that's fucked up. I think something that really sucks about all this too is that, you know, we were looking at the story of SNEAKO and how he's been going down this rabbit hole of misogyny and all this kind of shit. Like, this is interwoven with all this red pill manosphere, all this bullshit. If the worldview that you are starting to cultivate and also teach other people and teach other young men who follow you is that A, you should hate women. B, women are, of course, the arbiters of sex. They are the magical pussy havers, and they're just trying to use those things in order to manipulate you. Yeah, the logical conclusion down that road is going to end up being that, you know, they're asking for it. I mean, that stuff overlaps also with the whole, like, Andrew Tate, women are responsible partly for their own rapes. Like, no, they're not. This whole, like, you know, blame, like, well, I mean, she was dressed pretty slutty. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, no one deserves to be raped, obviously, but why would you dress that way if you didn't actually want it? It's like, well, because she wanted to look good, because she likes looking good in public. It's like, yeah, but I mean, like, her titties were popping out. You could see cleavage. So, I mean, yeah, no, like, unequivocally, very easy to say, very easy. The only person to blame for rape is the rapist. That's it. That's all there is. There is no, you shouldn't have dressed that way. You shouldn't have gone there. You shouldn't have gone to this club that had a lot of dudes in it. You shouldn't have had so many drinks. You shouldn't have gone home with a dude if you didn't really trust him. You shouldn't have, like, no, the blame is 100% on the rapist. That's all there is. There's no other shit. Now, if you want to say, hey, as a friend, I just want to tell you that that part of town is very dangerous. As a friend, I just want to tell you that that club is really known for people spiking drinks, so it's a dangerous place to be. That's different. That's very, very different. If you're just giving people advice, you're trying to keep people safe, of course, be smart. After all, there are rapists out there. There are people who will sexually assault you. That is just a reality of the world we live in. Sucks, but it's the real world. So yes, telling someone and telling women, because they are more vulnerable to sexual assault than men are, but telling women, hey, by the way, you probably shouldn't go to that club that you were going to go to tonight. It's really renowned for having a lot of people who spike drinks. That's very different than after something has happened. After something has happened, after someone has been sexually assaulted, the only person to blame is the person who committed the sexual assault. These are two different things. Different things are different. Anyways, did SNEAKO openly advocate for sexually assaulting someone? Even if you want to rely on the whole, like, okay, let's take a step back. He's joking. This is a joke. Okay, he's just joking. He's just joking that women who have any critiques of men or men's dating habits are secretly wanting to have sex with them. And if they don't know it yet, they will know it after I force myself to have sex with them. Like, fine. It's a joke about raping someone. If you want to hide behind the humor, the veil of humor in this one, but like, that's 100% what it is.
Asking a female content creator, telling her that the reason why she's so upset is because she hasn't had sex in a while, and then he proceeds to aggressively simulate a sexual assault on Chad in his live stream in front of thousands of people. And like I said, there are creators who I disagree with, and then there are people like SNEAKO who actively threaten other creators on YouTube, spread hate speech, and overall make YouTube a less enjoyable and more dangerous place for everybody who's on it. Not to mention that this clip
also, that mentality, like teaching people that women who have legitimate complaints, like, it's so fucking sexist to think if someone has a complaint about you, it's because she wants to be fucked. Like, no, like, you're not only going to dismiss what the actual critique is, you're not even going to listen. It's just like, oh, honey, you just haven't been laid in a long time. Come on, that's all there is to it. It's like, no, like, this, I legitimately have a problem with blank. And you don't just see it with, like, obviously this is the extreme version, right? This is like, you can just point towards this. It's like someone calling someone else the N-word, right? You can be like, okay, that's racist. But like, you see this kind of behavior all across the world when it comes to politics, like women who are politicians. Do you see the amount of, like, horny posting people throw at AOC, for example? AOC will critique something about them, and it'll be a legitimate critique. It'll be like, by the way, I think your policy was incorrect. You're actually hurting unionization. You're hurting workers, whatever. And they'll be like, oh, I'm shy. I don't want to date you. Or it'll be like, oh, please, if you want like me to go out with you, you have to buy me dinner first, or things like that. And it's like, you are responding to legitimate criticisms with, you want fuck, me want fuck, you know? It's like, it's condescending in addition to being extremely creepy.
alone obviously violates YouTube's community guidelines around harassment. YouTube has banned creators even recently for much less, and I think that this is an obvious instance of a creator who is now causing more harm by existing on this site. And this isn't even about free speech. This is about taking action when a content creator spreads messaging like this, and I think YouTube would agree that someone like this definitely does not belong on their platform. If you watch this video and you also believe that SNEAKO should be banned from YouTube, you can go to his channel pages, click about, and then click the flag icon on the right side of the page and report the user. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
What the comments are like on this. The upvoted ones all seem very positive, but again, it's his own community. Kind of curious what Chad said that had SNEAKO willing to go as far as making rape jokes. Is this one?
Everyone wants to date me. You want to date me. Your mom wants to date me. I want to date me. But that's too bad because your dating skills are only here and I'm a high level Chad all the way up here. It's okay though because I found a dude that can help you. And
SNEAKO's banned on Twitter. Yeah, I know. At the start of the video, he said he was like, I know that he's already banned on Twitter. Yeah, I wonder what he was banned on Twitter for.
he has a TikTok account and a podcast. And if you don't know what that means, it means everything he says is true.
What does it mean if a girl has no hookups in her Tinder bio? And the answer is it means absolutely jack.
It's been a while since we watched this kind of content, so it's really important that we remember the alpha dating coach motto, which is don't listen to women and what they say they want. They don't know what they're talking about. Listen to men who are not in committed relationships and have more empty alcohol bottles than a Delta Chi house.
Look at that, you almost finished your glass of wine.
I am, yes.
You'll have another one.
Okay.
I know the perfect.
Okay, let's go.
How do you script an interaction and it still be awkward? It's a good idea and
What is going on? that was a sketch. That was like a whole routine. Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, don't do that. Dudes, goddamn, we need so much more like positive dating advice for men. Like genuinely, I'm sorry, not only is that a red flag, that's a huge tell. It's like, hey, my bros, I'm gonna teach you how to pick up the ladies, okay? This works for me, and it's the only way it's ever worked for me, to be honest with you. Just make sure they're really, really drunk. Just like, you know, make sure you get them as drunk as possible. And then when they're like almost falling over, half out of it, that's when you make your move. That's when you're like, yeah, soda. Not sure if you're sentient enough right now to be able to answer this question, but you want to come home with me? Yeah, there's the play. There's the play, my dudes. Like, what the fuck? Men's Lib needs to start a regular dating advice thread? Yeah, I mean, okay, so, please, erase that from your mind, gentlemen, all right? Anyone who's watching who is a man or identifies as a man or wants some men dating advice, erase that from your mind. No, do not try to take advantage of the people who are the most fucked up. Like, that's just weird, creepy, fucking massive red flag behavior, okay? Again, if you are speaking to individuals, start learning and having conversations, start feeling more comfortable the more you talk to people, you eventually, and this just happens naturally, will start to pick up on cues. There is not a natural, like, there's no Konami code to dating or picking people up. Anyone who sells you on that is lying to you for profit. There's no, like, trick that you're going to do to unlock the magic of the wet pussy or something like that. You cannot go up to a woman and just be like, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh, whoa, what? Yeah, I want to date you. There are people who are going to be interested in you, and there are people who are not going to be interested in you. And I'm sorry, but you have to respect the fact that certain people are not going to be interested in you. And this idea that this zero sum, like, I have to be able to, like, smash any woman I see, any woman I approach is just, like, powerless against my incredible skills. Look at my magic. I can do magic. Have you seen magic before? Here's a magic trick. I'm peacocking, baby. Now I'm going to nag you, because if I nag you, I make you feel like shit. And then you feel like shit, it's going to lower your value, and then heighten my value, and then we're going to be able to go out. I've unlocked the code. These are the secret cheat codes. No. And hey, I'll even throw in a little fun tip. Here's how you start to meet lots of people naturally in public, and it won't be scary at all. A, it's easier if you have a dog, but if you don't have a dog, walk your friend's dog, because your friend would really enjoy if you walk their dog. It gives them an hour out of their day where they don't have to worry taking care of your dog. As you walk a dog down the street, you go to public places, beaches, wherever, people will talk to you. because there's a cute little doggo. Now, I'm not saying every single person that comes up and talks to you, you then start flirting with. That's weird and creepy. Don't go out there with the assumption or the idea that you're going to go out into public and then go out there specifically to meet someone for the sex having. No, get that out of your brain. Erase that. All that pickup artist shit, it's bullshit, and it's, seriously, it turns you into a weird creep that women won't want to be around. Just normalize and get used to having conversations with strangers, and then that feeling of going back and forth, picking up on cues, finding out what makes people laugh or enjoy your company, become more natural at it. It's like anything else. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more conversations you have with people in the street or just in general or in public, the easier it becomes to then keep doing that. Eventually, even if you have a whole bunch of anxiety, even if you have a whole bunch of stuff that prevents you from talking to people in public, even if you're like, oh, but I don't want, like, I hate this. Yes, but the only way to break through that is to continuously involve yourself in having these kind of talks. The more you do this, you will start to realize and pick up on cues, such as when people are interested in you. That becomes more and more evident, at which point you can then start moving things forward into like, hey, I really like you. Would you want to maybe go out sometime? I don't know. Don't do creepy things like demand for their phones. Don't do creepy things like, hey, by the way, you dropped this, throw like your phone number on the ground. No, that shit, all this pickup artist stuff, I cannot stress enough. Half of me just wants to rip into them, but I know that's just like, that's not fair if you don't provide something in the, so there you go. There's a quick 1-2 tip. I've had friends who had a lot of trouble talking to women, not comfortable at it all, and then again a couple times just walking around, and honestly having a dog just facilitates conversation, because people are like, oh, cute dog, what's his name? And then you're having a conversation with a stranger. Again, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Do not have every single encounter you have with a woman with the sole purpose of wanting to have sex with her, because that is weird. And honestly, women are people. Just like you, my dudes, they are filled with complexities and passions and desires and all this kind of stuff. There's so much more to them than just the orgasm you're going to have with them. They're like, yes, that's wondrous. It's awesome. I love sex. It's super fun. Like 10 out of 10 would do again. But there's more to that. And if you want to be in a relationship with someone, especially, you're going to want to be in a relationship with someone who compliments you as a person, who makes you laugh, who is fun to do activities with, all that kind of shit. It's going to be a lot more than, do we have great sex? There's going to be more to that. There's my two pieces of advice.
General not to lunge at women. I couldn't tell if he was going in for a whisper or to perform one of those assassin neck crunch things.
I know the perfect.
Okay, let's go.
I don't get why they didn't just do another take where they're not interrupting each other. This doesn't really exude confidence. So looks
This is fucked up. If we go back, like, I know we're in a bit of a rabbit hole now, but if we go back to the original SNEAKO making a joke about raping this content creator, this was the video. This was the video where you were like, oh, this is going to be an appropriate like line of reasoning to go down. Like, she's calling out someone making a super gross red flag, kind of like, here's how you pick up girls. Just make sure they're drunk.
it's like you're almost done with that wine. Oh yeah, I was just about to finish. I know where you can get more wine. Sorry, what? I said I can. I'm really sorry. The music is it's really loud. Do you want to go back to my place? I guess. Sure. I mean, I still can't. And that is how you get laid. Fellas. Is he talking to us? What did he say? Who is that guy? I said that's how you get laid. I also hate these seats. Just look at how weird these seats are. So weird. The only seat I like is SeatGeek. This video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you haven't heard of them.
Ooh, that was smooth. I didn't even notice.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi.
I saw you walking. I thought you were really cute. I want to meet you real quick. Alex, pleasure.
Or you could do up.
I saw you walking. I noticed that you were putting one foot in front of the other foot and then moving in a forward momentum. I admired your ability to accomplish this. I'm just curious, would you like to perhaps have a conversation about maybe having the sex later on?
Option 4, where you don't approach women who are walking alone in empty hallways. Wait, what's this? It's 2 a.m. and the hallway is completely empty and there are no people or cameras and it's very scary. Allow me to introduce myself.
I saw you walking. I thought you were really cute. I want to meet you real quick.
Why would your opening line be, I saw you walking? Like, I'm sure you probably did, because that's literally what she's doing. Is the tip to just make a general observation about what they're doing and then use that as the pickup line? Because it sounds accusing almost. Hey, excuse me, I just saw you were walking and Don't fucking do that.
This has got to be one of the funniest and most creative bios I've seen in a while. Females, I'm looking for a woman who will make me, and then it's M, make me dinner, A, appreciate the things I do for you, K, kiss me, E, eager to ask about a day, M, marry me, E, endlessly love me, C, capture my heart, U.
Gringo says, maybe you're jealous. He gets more bitches than you. Him specifically, or are you talking about someone else? I mean, he does find a lot of people walking. I don't have that game. I mean, I've tried complimenting women on how they walk, and it never worked out for me. I guess I should have been watching his TikTok, because if I had done that, I would have seen the real way to do it. Is you got to come up from the side first, and then you compliment. Hey, yeah, good walking. Nice leg in front of leg action you got there. I'm liking it. One day though, I'll work on it.
Make death do us part, M, make me.
Don't do this. If the word is anywhere on your profile, you should be banned from dating apps for life. And why do all of these requirements end with me? I know it's online dating.
I'm not gonna murder you. Yeah. Hey, I couldn't help but notice that you actually accelerate in proportion to the motion that your muscles contract with. So I just want to introduce myself and say, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm a safe person to be around. So is this or is this not sexy? What we're doing here? Yeah, I'm feeling it.
But aren't you supposed to give a preview of yourself and what you're like rather than how you want women to serve you? I mean, I guess in this instance it works because the preview is that you spent hours making an acronym about.
This is a pretty perfect bio.
This is a perfect bio. How could we miss this, guys? The secret to getting ladies is talking about our dick. It was right under our noses all this time. This is a dating and self-improvement channel, by the way. I have this really bad habit that I would like to get rid of. I see. Okay, what is it? Yeah, so I just can't stop talking about my dick. Have you tried talking about your dick more? You're a genius. What can I say? You've come to the right place.
How to playfully ask a girl that you're talking to from a dating app if she's actually overweight. So this is a text that's pretty funny. So talking to this chick, making logistics. Awesome. All your pics are headshots. You aren't a secret fatty, are you?
Hold on, let me retitle this for you. How to be a fatphobic pole.
Playfully.
Playfully.
That may sound a little crude, but it's also fairly amusing. Generally speaking, you get good reactions. Oh geez, now that's a question.
Oh geez, now that's a question. So
Also, why is the dude who actually looks like a living zombie talking about like how to find out whether or not she's fat? You know, you gotta know my dudes, right? Angles, cameras, they can lie to you. People will try to deceive. You know, that's the problem with these bitches. They basically hide their fat. So you gotta make sure you find out, all right? You make sure, just make her stand next to like a tower or something. You just need like a statue beside her so you have like some way of judging the distance and the size.
you wrote this. There's no way that you aren't chatting with yourself right now. I swear he just has 2 accounts where he can make these example conversations go down exactly how he wants in totally unrealistic ways. Because there's no way that this interaction ended with him getting her number.
Sound a little crude, but it's also fairly amusing. Generally speaking, you get good reactions.
Of course you will, because you're texting yourself.
What to do if the girl doesn't drink? So my
Oh, okay, so that was the point. Because that was the screen that was up there when SNEAKO was doing that shit. Yeah, I don't know Chad, but I will say I think these criticisms are very valid, if not funny. I have no idea why this would provoke you to suddenly think like, okay, this is the moment now when I'm going to tell my massive audience, like I'm guessing SNEAKO has thousands and thousands of people who watch him live, right? Tell my massive audience of young men, hey, by the way, she's only saying this because she wants it. That's why she's complaining. Yeah, it's the only reason why anyone can like complain about this. This dating advice is fucking horrible. My dudes, again, women are not interested in men who hate women. That's like, and of course, it like logically. So stop taking their advice. Oh,
straight to my place for a bottle of wine or to meet her at a bar nearby. And again, I'm not a big fan of drinking either.
He's not a big fan of drinking.
I'm not a big fan of drinking either.
What's your backdrop?
So in that situation, my approach is simple. I just say, okay, cool. Why don't we go for a walk?
Okay, so if your dating advice is centered around getting her as drunk as possible, maybe it's because you are taking advantage of women who otherwise would not want to date or hook up with you. What to say if she doesn't drink? Like, is that the only way? Is that it? The only way to get in is to make sure she's fucking wasted. Yeah, that's step number 1. And if she's like, I don't really drink, then here's how you circumvent that. Here's the advice to get around. Like, this is date rape light, you know? This is fucking Roofies light, the tutorial. Like, yeah, drinking's fun. It can be awesome. Partying can be fun. It can be awesome. If she doesn't want to have a drink with you, that shouldn't be like, oh, game over, my dudes. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, well, we're going to have to go to step number 2, all right? Find other drugs that she's into. So she's just not as sober as can be.
First, and then afterwards you can come up for some tea, or you can just invite her straight for tea or coffee anyway. So it's basically the same thing, but you replace alcohol with something that she can have, like tea or coffee.
Guys, if she doesn't drink alcohol, you should just like give her something else to drink. Maybe, I don't know. Subscribe for more tips on how to do obvious. So what should you do if you go on a date with a chick and she doesn't like chicken tenders? Now, I'm not a huge fan of chicken tenders myself, so what I usually do is offer
That
her
chat is
some
really
steak.
funny.
You could do grilled chicken, filet, I think is a meat, salmon, ground beef, turkey, salami. How long is this seminar? 2 hours.
Hey, so what do you do for work?
I work in finance.
Oh, do you like it?
It's okay, I guess.
Have you been doing it for a while?
Yeah.
Oh, is it hard to get a job in finance?
I mean, not really.
Do you think I could do it?
I mean, do you like finance?
No, not really.
This is so creepy. It's okay. So first off, this is scripted, which is extra bizarre to all of it. But why does she have to be like tipsy in the scene? Why are you making this kind of like, I'm ready to attack massive eye stare at her the whole time? I don't
I like
understand
how the bad
this.
example is him showing interest in her career. Don't ask questions. Questions make you look weak.
I work for finance.
Oh, cool. So you're like one of those badass Wall Street guys?
You can say that, yes.
Oh, cool. I'm a male stripper. So it's very similar.
Okay, so if you are flirting with someone and you're in the middle of that, probably don't continuously respond to whatever they say with an almost falling into them thing. I don't know why he's doing that. It's like at the end of every sentence. It's like, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm in finance. I like to take off clothes for money. Like, no, it's hyper aggressive. Like you are definitely coming across as someone who's a little bit creepy there.
It's your job. You know, you take money off people, I take clothes off people.
You don't want her to think you actually give a shit about her interest.
Wait, that's not what a stripper does. A stripper doesn't strip other people. They strip their own clothes off. Details, right?
Do this instead. Are you Leonardo DiCaprio? I guess you could say that. Well, I'm a male stripper.
Teach men how to get laid on TikTok.
Do you really? Are you?
Why would I love you?
He moves so fast and it's
Yeah.
too jarring. He also cups her
Yeah.
ear, like squeezes her
Yeah.
ear as part of his seduction.
Yeah.
It's like he stuck his hand out there without thinking about it first. Oh God, why did I do this? Do I brush her hair? I could touch her cheek or
Is it beta to show your emotions around women? So the red pillars say absolutely not. It's super beta, never show emotion. And, you know, a lot of the feminists or blue pillars say, oh, women love a guy who's super sensitive. So of course.
So fellas, alphas say that it's beta to show emotions in front of women, but women say that women don't mind it and they actually prefer men who can regulate their emotions. Who do we believe?
I think, again, the truth here is somewhere in the middle. You don't want to be the guy that's very emotional, that's always reacting to everything, that's kind of crying, or just comes off as anything resembling a little.
Or we could stop acting like emotions are gendered and accept that some people
Thank you. Thank you. Why? It's so unhealthy for dudes to have this weird dichotomy all the time. Seriously. Fucking the worst. Oh yeah, you know, you don't want to be a beta. I mean, as soon as one tear leaves your eye duct, that's pretty beta behavior. That's all I'm going to say. Actually, you know what? We got to temper this. The real advice, my dudes, my alphas, is the kind of somewhere in the middle. You can have a little emotion, a crumb as a treat, all right? You're allowed to have a little bit of empathy, a little bit of emotion, you know, typically the feminine traits, but then you have to pull it back and become alpha again. Then you got to get real masculine with it, because if you don't, you won't realize that you're a strong protector who can guard her eggs. Because that's what it's all about, ultimately. The alphas protect the eggs. That's I think the reason why this whole paradigm exists. I'm not sure. It's been a very long time since I've met a woman that I didn't have completely intoxicated who actually enjoyed my company.
are more emotional than others. Oh my God, Tyler, what's wrong? My mom just died in a house fire. No. I mean, why are you having a pink emotion right now? What? Crying is a pink girly emotion, and you're a guy, so you're only allowed to have blue boy ones, like unbridled rage. Is that a Molotov cocktail in your hand? No? You killed my mom. See, there you go.
I'm like, how about later tonight around 11? We can just hang out and drink wine. I don't meet new people after 8 p.m., baby. I'm like, whoa, why's that? Too dark. I'm like, you do realize they have lights, right?
She doesn't mean there aren't fucking lights. She means going on dates with men that you don't know is scary and you have to meet in a public, well-lit, open space for your own safety. Is he just imagining a woman who doesn't know what lights are? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no, silly. I'm a light. Oh. And Jesus Christ.
Talking to this girl, I'm like, what evenings are you free? She's like, this whole week coming up, I have job interviews, so probably the week after. I'm just really desperate with finding a job. Oh, good. Actually, according to a recent study, they found that
The dirty and squirty.
increased the prospect chance of getting a job by 69%.
Yeah, I've just been really struggling to find a job so I can like support myself, and it's been a really rough time. Yeah, anyway, do you want to bang?
And she's like, maybe we should have some. So you can see this text is pretty effective.
Man, I'm really concerned about my job prospects. It's just, it's really hard. It's a difficult economy right now. Yeah. How about the sex number? Yeah, that's what'll help you, baby. My cock in your mouth. Yeah. Then you'll have a job to do.
It's not a Pokemon battle. This is a serious conversation between you and yourself. In this one, he's actually rating another guy's Tinder profile. So I'm sure he'll give him some good tips on how to be more appealing, but in a way that wouldn't be damaging to his self-esteem.
This guy's gonna get a grand total of 0 matches. So this is the profile you don't want to have. Yeah, way too nice guy. This guy needs to grow out some facial hair, put on some muscle, take off the glasses, take off the hat, get better style, and stop smiling so damn much in every photo.
Oh, okay. So he just has to change everything about himself.
Wait, stop smiling. Okay, so let me get this straight. This sounds like the shit that they used to do to women in like the 1990s movies, you know? Like, she's the girl. It's like, okay, lose the glasses. Whoa. Let your hair down. Whoa. Oh my God. All of a sudden she's 1,000 times hotter. But she was the ugly girl. No one liked her before. Now she's the girl. Oh my.
Your hair just needs to stop being like that, and your eyes are also weird, and that dog is ugly. Get rid of it.
Put on some muscle, take off the glasses, take off the hat.
He can't just get rid of his
He's all that, that's
glasses.
it.
Like, people don't just wear those for no reason.
And stop smiling so damn much in every...
Okay, to be fair, I mean, if you wanted to, you could get contacts, or if you could afford it, you can get LASIK surgery. But that is true. It is a weird thing to be take off the glasses. But I need them to see. Yeah, but I mean, you want the puss, right? But I won't be able to see the puss. It's like, that doesn't matter, bro. All right? All that matters is you smash. That's it.
photo.
Also, imagine thinking that smiling in pictures is going to get you less dates. And I also have a dog. His name is Charlie. Here he is. Aw, I hate dogs. Why are you wearing glasses? Oh, to help me see? They're hideous. Throw them in the trash. Excuse me? You look fucking weird. Okay, I'm leaving. It's because I smile too much, isn't it?
The power of persistence. So nowadays, girls have a lot of options. So what you want to do is you want to be persistent without being needy. Say, cute, I almost don't want to ruin you. No response. Cute, I almost don't want to ruin you. Once again, no response. Okay, fine, ruin each other. No response. And a few days, a week later.
So if someone, not just
That is, yeah, that's stalker shit, okay? First off, stop sending a first message about how much you want to be doing the sex, because, yeah, the women, they know that's basically society, right? And then if the first reach out is like, hey, by the way, we need to do the sex, I want to do the sex with you, and there's still like no response, probably, yeah, I'm guessing they're not interested. And then the third time, well, at that point, like, hopefully they've blocked you and will never contact you again, because again, this is weird ass stalker behavior. Like, you don't have to lead all the time with, I want sex, me horny. Because, again, broadly speaking, I think most people know.
women, anyone,
Also,
does not respond to
Keep in mind, again, advice for dudes. Women get a lot of DMs. Women get a lot of dick pics. Women get a lot of very forward messages from dudes who are way too horny, who should not be DMing people, who should probably be doing that shit well after they've jerked off, because it's just like, it's lightning speed. So in a world of inbox DMs and shit where it's just like, I'm gonna ruin you, holy shit, nice tits, can't wait to feel your ass, flooded with those, might be nice to have someone be like, what are your interests? What are your hobbies? You know, just in the middle of all that, like dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic. Hey, how's your day going? Oh, that's nice. Wow. And then dick pic. And it's like, oh shit, fuck, everywhere.
4 text messages over the span of several weeks, they definitely want you. They are so into you. You should keep texting them. He also has a YouTube channel where he invites triggered feminists to engage with him in very productive debates.
You just said I was passive aggressive. You need to now tell me how you think I'm being passive aggressive.
Like, just in that statement, like, your whole attitude is very passive aggressive. Like, you're not directly yelling at me or cursing at me, but it's very much, it's like a passive form of aggressiveness. I don't know how to put it plainly than that.
Even though it's just a trap for him to be able to call women crazy and passive aggressive in the thumbnails and get more clicks. So I'm going to be proactive and say I will.
So you're saying send it on the 3rd text? No, never say that. The 4th text, obviously. No, never send an unsolicited dick pic to anyone. Should it be solicited? Have a ball and take the best of dick photos, the mightiest of dick photos, you know, get that girthy beast going and add some context, maybe lighting, who knows, you know, make a pastiche, black and white, doesn't matter, whatever your flavor, have at it, but only when it's requested. Otherwise, it's creepy as fuck. Like, if you were a dude and you opened your phone, and I'm just saying this broadly to anyone here who is a man, and you open your inbox and it was just filled with penises of strangers, wouldn't you be like, that's be very scary? You would not be like, oh, can't stop how horny I'm becoming. You'd be like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with all these people?
Will not be participating in that. Thank you.
A dick pic can be a beautiful thing.
Very appealing.
I mean, I think there's a reason the whole chat is saying, why is this chick being so passive aggressive?
But I am a kind, gentle-hearted woman, and I want to make things easier.
Women shouldn't be dating coaches. They're on a different playing field. Like, I think we should still listen to women because women happen to know what women want. That's an important part. If the only place you're getting dating advice is from these dudes on TikTok or these dudes on YouTube or just these dudes in general who are like, the only way to pick up women is the ways that I know, which involves giving them tons of fucking liquor, and then for some reason they're more interested in me, so that's my advice for you, my dudes. Like, no, that's not gonna make you have a better life. That's not gonna increase your chances of picking up women. That's not gonna make you happy. Honestly, listen to women, because secret being women know what women want. Now, is all their advice going to be universal? No, because people aren't monoliths, right? Like, the advice for one person may not work for someone else. There are, guess what? Surprise, surprise, bad women out there. There's really shitty women out there who are going to treat you like garbage, who are going to make you miserable. And if you try to say, well, all women are like that, that's also really terrible advice, because there's really good women out there who are awesome and wholesome and are going to treat you like a fucking king and are going to make you feel wonderful, and you're going to make them feel wonderful in return. There's just like, there's no one shoe fits all kind of shit. You need to get out there and have, again, just start normalizing and getting comfortable with having conversations with other people, not for the purpose of having sex with them. Normalize having conversations with people that you are completely platonic with. Just getting better at that, because it's awkward for you to be in a conversation or to talk to someone who is clearly not comfortable in that moment. You know it. You felt it, right? You've talked to someone in your life before when you're talking to them and they're like, and you're like, oh God, I want to end this as quickly as possible. The same thing applies to if you're flirting with people. If you're just like, just like, okay, that's when people tell you that like women love confidence, that's more important than anything what they're talking about. You don't have to walk into a room and be like, I am confident. I am alpha man. I am the biggest alpha that ever alphaed. Wait till you see my monster cock. It is so big, it is weighing me down. I cannot walk because of it. It gives me back problems. No, it's more like if you're able to talk to someone, have a conversation with them, and it be pleasant and neither person feels awkward and enjoy that time, well then yes, that's going to go way further than anything this dude has been talking about so far. Whether he's talking about how, hey, you gotta run up behind a woman, but make sure you don't tap her on the back because that would be creepy. But if you're in a hallway and she's the only person there, run up to the side and then be like, I admire the way you walk. No, it's creepy no matter what if you're just running up to a stranger in an empty hallway. Don't do that.
For him. So we'll just skip that part and I'll go straight to posing for his thumbnail.
Get jacked, wear better clothes, that is all. Well, that's not all, right? Because not every woman is interested in the massive jacked up dude. What I would suggest is be the best version of yourself. Maximize yourself. Be the best version of you. Because guess what? Not every person is ever going to be able to be as huge as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just not the world we live in. Some people are going to be twinks, but guess what? There's nothing wrong with twinks. Twinks can be sexy as fuck. I think there's like a twink renaissance going on right now. Be the best version of yourself. Eat well. Groom. Incredibly important. But dudes, groom. have a clean room, have a clean house, all that shit. Yes, it's great. If someone's coming over to your house and it's fucking disgusting, do you think it's suddenly going to make them horny? No, it's not. Wash your ass, all that shit. It's important, but be the best version of yourself you can be. There's not a template though. Women are not like, they're not a monolith. That's the thing. Like, and the thing is, neither are you. Deep down, I know guys are like, well, I'm just only attracted to the super hot 10s, the girls with the huge tits. And is that really the case? Have you only been attracted to one kind of person? Have you never been attracted to someone who doesn't fit the conventional like super hot stereotypes? Have you ever found yourself talking to someone and then all of a sudden you like just start crushing on them because you're like, wow, this person's really cool. Oh my god, I like you, and I didn't think this was gonna happen. I didn't like you physically at first, and now I'm like, oh, you're kind of neat. It happens because, again, people aren't monoliths. This idea that one size fits all, every single girl just wants a monstrous strapped muscular beefcake isn't true. There are a lot who do, and there are a lot who don't. It's just like that's the way the world works.
I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you for subscribing, and if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you clicking on my video out of all the videos that are on.
Yeah, that would be, and honestly, dating advice, not just for men, but for women as well, and non-binary, doesn't matter who you are. People don't want to be around people who make them feel shitty. People don't want to be around people who make them feel awkward. People don't want to be around people who make them feel like a piece of shit. It's just like, that's just universal. It's pretty universal. Maybe there are a few who just have that as a kink, so I'm not going to speak to them. That's your thing. You want to feel terrible and miserable? Fine. That's I can't, broadly speaking, apply these rules to you. But for the most part, you don't want to be around people who hate, generally speaking, every single person in your gender. You don't, like, men don't want to be around women who hate men. Women don't want to be around men who hate women. It's just, why would you? Why would you? So yeah, that universal rule: treat people how you want to be treated. Make comfort. Be the best version of yourself. Maximize and clean your ass. Clean your ass. It's fellas, it's not gay to clean your ass. It's not. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback, because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demmel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tal, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.